Bitcoin, not an inflationary currency. Bitcoin is a deflationary currency which is viral and getting stronger. When you work as hard as you can and you sacrifice everything you have in order to support a weak currency that's collapsing, you just service the regime. And when you put it into a semi-weak currency, slowly weakening, right, you still just surrender your hope and your future. When you put it into a deflationary currency, a currency that gets stronger as more people join, not only do you stop feeding the corrupt system, but you begin to strengthen the virtuous system. And Bitcoin gets stronger as more people join. Bitcoin gets stronger as you put more money into it. But Bitcoin also gets stronger as you put more creativity or innovation. Every single developer that builds a Lightning app or builds a new improvement to Bitcoin makes the network stronger. Every communicator and every creator. But when you create something of beauty that's compelling, that's communicative, you're making Bitcoin better, you're making the world a better place, we're reaching a new audience. And when you're working behind the scenes, if you work for a regulator or a policymaker, or I meet people that are working at a bank, I met some people the other day, they said, we're at a bank, we're believers, and we're gonna get our bank into Bitcoin, tell us what to do. And I said, well, here's my experience, thank you for helping. Every single person that puts their vocational skill into this network makes it stronger. When you put your balance sheet in the network, you make it stronger. When you put your passion into the network, you make it stronger. When you bring your organization to the network, you make it stronger. And this thing you know that it's only gonna get stronger, faster, smarter over time. You also know that there's never going to be more than 21 million, but you also know that over time there's going to be less than 21 million. And a point I made to Natalie this morning in another interview is I said, the really amazing thing about Bitcoin is Bitcoin has in essence not just decentralized money. It is not just provided sovereignty and given property rights to the individual. It's also decentralized charity, and it's privatized virtue. And that I mean it this way: if you put all of your money on a boat and it was Bitcoin and it sunk, and you died with your private keys, you've just made a contribution to the rest of the network, right? If you want to do good for the civilization, you don't have to find a charity. You don't have to give all your money to a foundation of do-gooders that are going to give it to someone, that you don't have to give it to Greenpeace or the Sierra Club or the Gates Foundation. You don't have to give it to anybody. You don't have to put up with virtue signalers that badger you to death, that say you're not a good person if you don't give all your money away. The truth is, you can self-custody your money, and on your deathbed, you can gift it to whatever cause you want. And the default, if you don't have a better idea, is you die with your private keys in your head, and you gift it pro rata, fairly and equitably, to every other person that got you to where you were. Anybody getting into Bitcoin right now has it so easy, because now I've counted, I've gone through 3 cycles, 3 boom and bust crashes, and I'm, for all the OGs in the room, today I tweeted that, starting to feel like a Bitcoin veteran. There's still a lot of people that are skeptical about me, but I will have arrived when the Bitcoin OGs say, I guess we're stuck with Saylor from this point forward. And, as for what I think now, look, the asset class is seasoned. When in 2020, there were a lot of questions. There were questions about whether or not this was going to be embraced by regulators, whether this would be banned. A lot of people, there are a lot of legitimate leaders in the United States who said, this is going to be banned. They would either say it's going to be banned because it's a Ponzi, they were the deniers, or they said this is going to be banned. Jamie Dimon said it's just too good to be true, so it'll be banned. So there were the people that didn't understand it, and there were the people that understood it but thought it was too good, and so the government would take it away. And then when the China crackdown took place, everybody said, we see China banned it, and so that proves that it's probably going to get taken away. And here we are in 2022, and what you have is a fight between the chair of the SEC and the chair of the CFTC to see who gets to regulate it or who gets to endorse it. And what's become very clear is you've had the head of the CFTC say this is a commodity. You've had the chair of the SEC say this is a commodity. You have had the Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, recite the legend of Satoshi in a speech at American University. Right? Satoshi, a person or persons figured out how to transfer value without an intermediary.